Do you want to fight for your children or over them? I'm Leslie Dories, your marriage coach, creator of the Hero Husband Project, and owner of Foundations Coaching. And today I'm going to be on a little bit of a rant because a couple of weeks ago I was talking about a friend of a friend of mine who was wanting to throw in the towel because his wife had sought out the advice of an attorney. Well, things have gone from bad to worse. She left and took the two children, 5 and 3, with her, moved out of the house. Restraining orders have been filed back and forth, and it's just a hot mess. And, you know, the adults, the quote-unquote adults in the room, are not acting like adults, and the people who are going to pay a price, a really high price, are those two children. Now, a lot of people say that children are resilient and they can recover from divorce. My facetious remark to that is, yeah, they can survive a car accident too, but you don't purposely drive into a wall at 60 miles an hour. And I get it. Some divorces have to happen. And one of the most common divorces that have to happen is if you're married to somebody who is truly a narcissist, not in the way of throwing words around. But here's the deal. If you have children, I don't care who you're married to, you can't fully get divorced as long as any of you are alive. You are tied to each other. And how you get divorced, how you deal with each other is huge, because your children are learning about relationships from you each and every day. And please, 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 do not think that they do not know that you and your partner are not getting along. Children are hardwired into the emotional environment. They know if you're fighting. They know if you are not interacting in a loving way with each other. And if anybody has ever told them that they are just like the other parent and they know that you don't like that parent, guess what message they take away? And I'm talking this 2-year-old and this 5-year-old are absorbing these messages, and it's going to come out in their relationships. And people say, well, I'll do anything for my kids. Great. Will you go get help for your marriage? Well, no, I'm not going to do that. Then you just lied about doing everything for your children. Because the truth of the matter is, while children can survive and possibly even thrive after a divorce, what the environment around that divorce is. So if you're still fighting with each other and the only thing you have to fight about is your kids, guess what's back down in the middle? And by the way, they know it, and they are learning very unhealthy relationship messages. Now, I'm not saying that all marriages can be saved. I'm not saying that all marriages should be saved, but a much greater proportion of them could be if people actually, 1, found out what made them work, and 2, were willing to do that. Now, as I said, there are some things that cannot be reconciled. I get that, but they're much fewer than most people think. I was just having a conversation with somebody and talking about, well, if somebody's a vegan and somebody isn't, that's irreconcilable. It's like, no, we can make choices about that. That is not an irreconcilable difference. Having children, that is an irreconcilable difference if one of you wants them and one of you doesn't. Being monogamous in a marriage is an irreconcilable difference if one of you wants it and one of you doesn't. But that's not what's going on in most people's households. And not knowing how to talk about things, not knowing how to resolve things is part of the challenge. So I'm inviting you, if you have children and if they matter to you, what are you willing to do to protect them? Are you willing to learn about how to be a better partner? And if you are, I invite you to get in touch with me. You can reach me by email at Leslie, L-E-S-L-I, at foundationscoachingnc.com. You can put a comment down below. I would love to hear your position on this. And this is not about shaming or blaming anybody. We do a horrible job of supporting people in their relationships as a society. We give lip service to it the same way we give lip service to protecting and providing for our children as a society, not as an individual couple, right? We are not telling the truth. Because the truth is hard. Because the truth requires us to look in the mirror and not say, what is my partner doing that's creating the problem? But how am I contributing and what can I do better? And I'm going to tell you there is lots of information out there if you would access it. And that's one of the things that I'm offering. So hopefully you'll have found this rant helpful. It's gotten some things off of my chest, so I feel a little bit better. And please get in touch with me if you want to fight for your children, not over your children. So again, until next week, stay loving.